So at its core, the one person $100 million business is finding a transformation in a high growth vehicle, mastering the core skill that enables that transformation, and ruthlessly productizing the steps needed to achieve it. I wrote that like 5 minutes ago. Okay, I clickbaited the living shit out of this title, so I apologize. It's not that the video isn't on the one person $100 million business, but I'm not gonna like sit here and give you the business because honestly, it can kind of be done with any modern business. It doesn't matter because if I gave you like a step-by-step business blueprint, you'd just save this video and fucking never do anything. So I want to give, in my opinion, and the opinion of many people that I talk to, the direction that business is going, because you're seeing like Sam Altman and all these people saying, the one person $1 billion business, which by the way needs to be in tech. And I'm not a tech guy. I work with tech companies, but I'm not a tech guy. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you how to build a tech unicorn. I'm going to try to articulate the direction that business is going, that is enabling founders to have infinitely more leverage in infinitely higher growth vehicles that, in theory, is able to achieve the one person $100 million business. So this was loosely inspired by 3 tweets that I came across forever ago, and I've had bookmarked for months, and I continue to, honestly, I read them like every couple of days because they're just bangers. So the first one is from GT3, who's a direct response legend in the space. If you know, you know. This one, ironically, is not about one person startups, but is about hiring. But the underlying message is what I really want you to pay attention to. So the post was on 3 predictions on the future of high-performance startups and direct response companies. The main thing, so the 3 points were 1, 0 management and a few geniuses. So remember that. So 1 expert owns each domain. So they're basically like having entrepreneurs with full autonomy in the company with basically infinite upside. So they do really high comp. And then 3 is hyper augmenting the team with AI and internal tech. So here, pay attention to this. This is like really important. Our devs focus 99% on internal tools, apps, automation, etc. that give our team an unfair advantage, i.e. custom analytics, dynamic quiz funnel logic, deleting any manual human task with code, etc. Plus, we functionally have an unlimited budget for AI tools to speed up output. In 2025, in many cases, 1 person can be augmented to do the work of 100 in years past. Insane to do things the old way. So that was tweet number 1. Which again was talking about teams, but again, the main thing is augmenting with AI and siloing entrepreneurs. So there's no longer any middle management. There's no longer any reporting. 1 person who is a master at their skill, hint, go watch my last video, is enabled to own that entire domain. And then they have all of these AI tools. They have a dev specifically to make their job easier, so they can only focus on the high leverage task that they are experts at. The second tweet is from John Cocktoson. If you don't know who this is, that's all I'll say. And his tweet was kind of similar to GT3's. This was posted just a few weeks ago, I believe, where he said there's about to be no more moats when it comes to direct response offers. Opus and I just built an offer in 3 days that would have taken me, 2 programmers, a data scientist, a video creator, and a VA, etc. at least 3 months 5 years ago. Offer flow, copy, video, blah, 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 blah. No more 500. Okay, so you get it, right? If I didn't have deep direct response domain knowledge, go watch my last video. And 3 years of AI coding training under my belt, this probably wouldn't have been possible yet. The only thing I'll push back on is 3 years of AI coding training. I have 3 months of AI coding training, and training being I'm just figuring out how the fuck to use these things, and I'm accomplishing very similar things to what John is outlining here. And also, I'll leave these down below so you can go check them out. But the main thing here is if I can test faster than you, I don't need to be better at conversion. If I can build something in an hour and it takes you 2 days with your programmer or multiple rounds of feedback, I win. So it's speed. It's technology-enabled speed and iteration and shipping on high-edge, high-growth vehicles demanding skills. Right? So on this side, there is high-leverage skills that you can't really automate with AI. And then here is everything else. And your goal should be to maximize the amount of time that you are spending outputting on this, not inputting, outputting. So the maximal amount of output that you can achieve here. And the way that you enable that is to maximize the amount of input here. Maximize output, maximize input. Now, the tricky thing is in the middle, because this input does not equal this output. This input enables the space to enable this output, to enable the input in this output. I know it's confusing, but it'll make sense. And then the third tweet is from Andre, which this tweet went like pretty viral. Fucking hell, 10.8 million views. So, and I won't read this whole thing, but basically agency over intelligence. And this was quote tweeting Gary Tan, who said, "Intelligence is on tap now, so agency is even more important." Agency as a personality trait refers to an individual's capacity to take initiative, make decisions, and exert control over their actions and environment. So, these 3 tweets, none of which talked about one-person businesses, and none of which talked about the same thing at all, in my head, are all saying the same thing, which is the future of business. The future of business is leverage. What you are leveraging is things that you shouldn't be doing anyways. So all this shit that AI is automating, right? Like a great example is graphic design, because, you know, like Naval Ravikant went on Joe Rogan, like fucking 8 years ago now, in his first podcast that went gigaviral. And his prediction with the future of AI was that AI is going to like replace all this manual labor, machine factory shit, and then we're just going to like finger paint. And he was half right. His thesis was that if we delegate labor that humans shouldn't be doing anyways, then humans are only left to do labor they should be doing, which in his thesis was like a gig economy, more in line with creative work, but like you do what you want to do, you get paid, and then you fuck off, right? And this was accurate in theory, but in practice, all the creative shit got delegated first, right? AI came out and it was like AI art and video and writing and all this shit, right? And it's because the creative works that AI delegated, that we delegated to AI, that AI took over, like you shouldn't be fucking doing anyways. Like the graphic design that AI replaced is like slop, right? It's like fucking corporate DEI, like burger packaging. It's not, you know, it's not anything highly artistic. It's not anything high agency. It's not anything that's like truly art. It's just slop. We should be churning that out with AI anyways. And so the goal is to take AI and delegate all of these things that you shouldn't be doing anyways, because you should only be doing this thing. And this thing is a skill in a high leverage vehicle, a high growth vehicle that AI can't replace. And this is what enables you to lead this army of AI agents, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? You are delegating the low leverage tasks to operators, to people who operate machinery, in this case, AI. You are an orchestrator. You are a CEO. Because a CEO, a good CEO, only focuses on setting the North Star and leading the company and charging forward with the mission statement and mastering their thing, the thing that got them to where they are. They're not in the day-to-day operations. Really, a good CEO, like there shouldn't even be this whole fucking like chain of command, and like a CEO's job shouldn't be to speak to upper management all day either. Like upper management should be self-sovereign. It should all be fucking sovereign. It's like that the GT3 tweet, right? Like you should be hiring, in this case, delegating to AI, siloed entrepreneurs that are able to execute their task front to back, full scope. And that's what you do with AI. Right? And so the big leap forward that we've seen in the last couple months, and I'm going to write an article, I think tomorrow on Twitter about this, is like agentic workflows, you know, when like Claude Code, I use fucking Claude Code literally 8 hours a day. It's insane. It's because what LLMs and AI have moved to, even just in the past 3 months, is closer to that GT3 tweet, where you're no longer using AI to generate the video. AI is the head of video marketing entrepreneur that's getting this crazy uncapped performance incentive aligned with GT3's methodology, right? So it's doing the ideating, it's doing the scripting, it's doing the editing, it's doing, it's assembling the video, it's uploading the video, it's tracking the analytics, it is making adjustments based on the KPIs, it's self-learning, right? And this is all possible right now. You can have agents that have MCP enabled capabilities that can create content, post the content, analyze the KPIs, analyze the analytics, refine the content, and self-learn what's working right now. Let's do more of that. What's not working right now? Let's do less of that. Also, Alpha Leak, you can do this with Facebook ads. Ask me how I know. I'm doing it. You can have AI generate static creatives, post it, manage the budget, allocate the budget to spenders, to allocate the spending to winners, and track all the analytics and give you reports and adjust on the fly based on the reports. So that's the future of business. And the best operators throughout history, like this is so easy to see in the markets. Like it's really easy to see in Forex, but even just in all the stock markets, the biggest operators abuse the living shit out of arbitrage opportunity. That's literally what Forex is, right? Like it's just that gap between where things are and where things are going. That's it. And so this whole like you have 24 months to figure out AI or else like your kids are going to starve, not true. But the arbitrage gap is here and it's going to be a bit longer than normal because most people just aren't doing any of this. And just that arbitrage opportunity alone is enough to put you ahead of the market. I don't need to be the best media buyer, and I don't need to be the best copywriter, and I sure as hell don't need to be the best on camera. But I need to have the best system to data-driven, rapidly iterate on ad creatives right now. With the Andromeda update, like I win because I use the raw data to dictate the creatives. And it's all automated. And it goes the same with everything, right? It goes the same with content. It goes the same with marketing. It goes the same with like all things that have to do with distribution and product and sales, all of it. And so a good business is just traffic, sales, and product. That's it. And there are AI systems that can handle all three. To be clear, not the high leverage task. So for most B2B companies, the highest leverage sales task you can do is being on the phone. You're not delegating that. First off, you shouldn't delegate that to humans for a while. All right. If you want to know more about that, hit up Clint. So you're a founder, you should be taking sales calls because that's the highest leverage thing you can do for sales. But everything else should be delegated, and it is possible to delegate all the reporting, all the tagging, all the CRM stuff, all the pre-call nurture, all the post-call nurture, all the KPIs, all the, like everything that can be delegated. Same with marketing, right? The highest leverage thing you can be doing as a founder in marketing is this. AI can't replace this. It can't get on camera. And AI still can never, it can't write like humans. It's not possible. It's not the point. It's not what it's trained to do. So you should be doing content that only you could create, and everything else, posting, tracking, engagement, scheduling, all of it, all handled. And then same with product. The main highest leverage point with product is talking to your customers about what you're selling and identifying what needs to be improved. But the actual improvements, rewriting the material, updating the software, refining the product, that can all be managed with AI. Right? If you were owning a e-commerce, if you owned an e-commerce business and like you handled the manufacturing, so it wasn't white labeled, it wasn't drop shipped or whatever. Like if you get feedback on the product, you don't go put on a hard hat and fix the product, right? You like tell the manufacturer, hey, we need this or we don't need this. So it's the same thing with a digital product or with a service-based company or with a software. Okay, so I'm rambling. You may be sitting here and saying, okay, thanks a lot, Riley, what the fuck now? And like me telling you that it's just not helpful. I know everyone just wants like a, Riley, give me the AI guide that I can just like follow, and now I'm an AI wizard. And it's just and I hate being the like it's just a mindset thing guy, because like it's not. But you just need to reorient around this. If you understand this, that your time should be focused on delegating the low leverage tasks and ruthlessly improving on the high leverage tasks, and that's basically it, then you should be splitting your time researching how to delegate low leverage tasks. So research all the new AI tools. Just spend time on YouTube. Buy some courses. Go through. Anthropic has a full education suite for all of their products. That's better than anything else right now, for free. You can just go find it. It's like they have docs for it. In a high leverage task, I mean, go watch my last video. I've been yapping about this, but like whatever you're good at, whatever the core of your business is, whatever the core of your service is, like you should just be doing that. You should be spending your time on getting better at that and paying the best people in the world to mentor you, to learn from them, spending all, like, you should be reinvesting ruthlessly into that. And then you just become a better leader by orchestrating this army of delegation. And it costs like fucking $200 a month to do that. It's insane. And focusing on anything else is just not the thing, because everything that you need for a business comes after this. Like, should you focus on distribution? Absolutely. But most businesses that I work with aren't ready for distribution. The amount of businesses that I go into and I'm like, if I 10x your lead flow right now, could you handle it? Fuck no, right? Especially if it's a service-based business or if it's a high-ticket business. And so the number one focus there is productizing that, all the low leverage shit, so you can infinitely scale it, right? This is what I do professionally, by the way. Like, I work with companies that cannot scale. Fundamentally, their model doesn't scale. And I build them a new model, a new financial model to be able to scale basically infinitely. So if you're not spending, like, and I'm not to be the FOMO guy, but like if you're not spending 3, 4, 5 hours a day on either one of these, let alone both, we're going to beat you. You're going to lose. Like, marketing is an auction. Facebook ads are an auction. It's bidding. Distribution. There's only a certain amount of distribution out there. It seems like it's infinite, but your TAM's not as big as you think. And your moat is definitely not as big as you think. And so somebody who has more money and more time and more resources and more distribution is going to come and they're going to take your product. They're going to make it better. They're going to make it infinitely scalable. They're going to delegate all the low leverage shit. They're going to get better than you at the high leverage thing, and they're going to scale the living shit out of it, and they're going to win. And that can be you in like 3 months if you just focus on it. All right? One person, $100 million business. This, mark my words, high, top 1% skill in a high growth vehicle and a ruthless productization of all the low leverage stuff.